Another day, another stabbing, another murder. This time, this one hits a little bit differently because this one is a very remote and quiet place. We go to Surrey, a pub, the Wheatsheaf in Ewell, a popular destination where families, friends, community gather for meals, drinks, and social occasions. But a man was found dead in an alleyway just by the pub in broad daylight, and this really has shocked the community. More details to follow on this one. As always, this is True Brit Media, the channel that speaks, exposes, and lives the truth, and the truth will be heard. And the truth is this: we have another murder on our hands, and a man, an older man with serious injuries, has been found. And this is an unlikely story that I wasn't expecting to report this morning, but we will delve into this one. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts on this and hit that like button to help push the truth out there. Let me show you first and foremost where we're looking at. This is the popular tourist pub, and I say tourist because it's known by a lot of people in a popular location, and it's called the Wheatsheaf. And as you can see here, it seems quite a nice family built up community, and as I said, it's got really good reviews online as well if you do have a look at this pub online. But the story comes as a bit of a shock, and this one has been covered by quite a few local independent newspapers. So this is what we've got. It says a murder investigation has been launched after a man died in an alleyway next to a pub in Surrey. The man was found with serious head injuries next to the Wheatsheaf pub in Kingston Road, Ewell, at about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. He was treated for serious injuries by paramedics, but was pronounced dead shortly afterwards. Kingston Road and Chessington Road have been closed as detectives carry out the investigation. Detective Superintendent Chris Friday said, "I know that there will be a lot of concern and speculation what's happened, and I would like to reassure you that we are working at pace to establish the exact circumstances of this man's death and identify those responsible and ensure they are brought to justice. I would appeal to anyone who saw anything suspicious in the area around the time of the incident or of any information about what has happened to come further forward." Now, what is strange about this is that obviously this type of pub at 3:30, this is not a drunken incident. This is not a drunken sort of spat that we've seen before in these major towns and cities. As I said, this is a pub in a remote area, and I'm going to show you a picture to sort of further back that up here of just the location that you can see, which is here. And you can see the police officers in this picture here guarding the cordon area, but it's built up in housing. There's the pub, as I said, very popular, and it's confused a lot of people in the area as to what's happened. And yeah, not a picture the people in the community were expecting. And to clarify as well, as I said, because this wasn't one of those drunken fights and drunken things, there's speculation as to whether that body had been dumped there, had that body been sort of placed or put there, but also why the alleyway. It was like this was covered up. And so, yeah, there is a lot of unrest in the community, and people want to know answers, as always. This is another murder investigation. This is a fatal stabbing. And when you look at the sort of demographic and area of this place that we're talking about, it's not what you would expect. It's not where we see our usual suspects as such. But yeah, it's a pub that opens. I've just checked actually online here to get a bit more about it. The pub itself was open, so you can confirm that it was open yesterday. As you can see, the opening hours just here, and it was 12 to 11:30, so it did open at midday yesterday. But as I said, you can see some of the descriptions here. Great for any little local with excellent beer that supports local breweries. The Wheatsheaf is a traditional village pub serving forecast improved ales, and all of a sudden now it's going viral. You've got all the BBC local reporting it, the Surrey, the local Guardian, the Mirror. They're all over this. And yeah, what was a community quiet pub has now turned into a murder investigation, as you can see here. So yeah, another morning we wake up to some really poor tragic news. another person has lost their life. A stabbing is confirmed in some reports, as I've put in the title. It does believe it is a stabbing. But as you saw in that article, there's also some head injuries, which I think has come from the fall as well. So we'll remain patient in looking into that and hoping to hear more news. And as always, the police haven't found their suspect, and will need help from the community to do so. Whether they land on the suspect, whether they find the suspect, that is another thing. Hopefully, there's enough cameras built up in that area for them to get their answers. But ultimately, we're here, another day in Britain, another murder from a knife. When will this continue? Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. I'm out of here. Ta-da.